Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to Corporate Daduji, where we draw powerful, valuable lessons from simple stories that you can easily apply to your personal and professional life to reach the pinnacle of success. Before we dive in, let me ask you, in the hustle and bustle of corporate life, it's easy to lose track of who we are and why we began our journey. Day by day, caught up in deadlines, presentations, and expectations, we may start to feel lost in the crowd. But what if? What if there's a powerful side of you just waiting to be discovered? A side that could transform not only your career but your entire life. Let's explore this journey through the eyes of an unlikely hero. A lion raised as a sheep. This is a story of self-discovery, courage, and the power within each of us, ready to unlock your true potential. Once upon a time, there was a towering mountain, covered in thick jungle, a place full of mysteries and secrets. Below the mountain flowed a wide, strong river, marking the line between the wild and the calm. On the other side of this river lay peaceful farmlands, with fields stretching far and wide, and a small, cozy farmhouse in the middle. In this farmhouse lived a hard-working cowboy, a simple man who spent his days managing and caring his animals, sheep and goats. Just like a manager handling a team daily. The cowboy's days are filled with routine, guiding his flock and protecting them. But then, one day, something amazing happened. In the deep jungle, a lioness was searching hard for food. She hadn't eaten in days, and the hunger was making her weaker. It felt like even the forest was facing a kind of recession. Then, all of a sudden, with a powerful roar that echoed through the jungle, she leapt toward the river. Her roar was so loud, so intense, that birds took to the sky and animals ran for cover. Driven by pure determination, she plunged into the river, cutting through the current with all the strength she had left. She crossed the river and moved toward the farmland. As she got closer, everyone on the farm froze with fear. The animals huddled together, shaking as they sensed the powerful presence of the lioness. But then, all of a sudden, she stopped roaring and collapsed right there. Silence filled the air. The lioness lay still, with no sound or movement for what felt like a long time. Seeing this, the cowboy gathered all his courage and slowly walked toward her. When he reached her, he noticed something heartbreaking. A single arrow was stuck deep in her side. She was gone. She had given everything to make it across that river, but her journey had taken all her strength. Just as he was about to leave, he heard a tiny cry, a faint sound coming from nearby. The cowboy bent down and discovered a newborn cub lying safely beside its mother. Despite her wounds, despite her struggle, the mother lioness had crossed the river, using all her strength to reach a safe place for her cub. She had fought until her last breath to protect her child. Friends, think about that for a moment. Even in her last moments, the lioness didn't give up. She crossed the river, pushing through pain and exhaustion, all for a purpose greater than herself. This is the power of true strength and love. The kind-hearted cowboy saw the tiny cub and felt a deep sense of compassion. He understood the pain of losing a parent, and in that moment, he felt a strong connection to the helpless little lion. Without hesitation, he gently picked up the cub, held it close, and brought it back to his farmland. The cowboy took the tiny, helpless cub back to his farm and raised him with love, care, and a warm home, just like he did for all his animals. He looked at the cub, so small and vulnerable, and felt a deep shift in his heart. Against all odds, he chose to raise the cub among his sheep and goats as one of his own. He gave him a name, Leo. From that day on, Leo grew up believing he was just like everyone else on the farm. He followed the same paths, ate with the sheep and goats, and learned their gentle ways. Leo didn't see himself as different. He became part of the team, blending in perfectly with his farm family. Each day he moved with them, following the same simple routines. But there was something special in Leo's eyes, a spark, a hint of something deeper, a power waiting quietly inside him. He had no idea of the strength and potential that lived within him, but it was there, just below the surface, waiting to be discovered. He followed the crowd, doing what everyone else did, thinking this was all life had to offer. Doesn't this sound familiar? In our corporate lives, we sometimes fall into routines, thinking we're just another employee. We forget our own power and talents. But life has a way of showing us our true strength, often when we least expect it. As Leo grows, he begins to feel a quiet discomfort. Even though he looks different, acts different, something inside him feels out of place. It's like being in a role that doesn't suit you, feeling as though you're capable of so much more but not quite sure what it is. Just like many professionals, Leo starts to doubt himself, wondering if he's meant for something else but not knowing where to begin. He feels torn between his current life and something he can't yet see.